feedback loops. Wish I could get a more, I could show you a more extensive view of it without blocking it with my huge head. Yeah, there's a little bit of it, right? This is my apartment in Harlem. I've had anywhere from 1 to 4 roommates in this studio space, but at this point it's kind of rotating between 2 and 3 people. I'm here all the time, and my other roommate Rachel is here all the time. But neither of them are here tonight. Let's see if I can focus. Yeah, I wanted to make a response, or a follow-up rather. Half follow-up, half response. Follow-up to my last video, response to some of the comments, I guess, that I got on that last video. So, yeah. I'll show you some of my roommates' drawing artwork. You know, some of you guys in the atheist community, or just the philosophical, existential questioning type community, atheist, Christian, whatever you might be, you may be familiar with npage 85. I spent some time debating him just in text. I think I made a couple video responses, but nevertheless, mainly I just made comments on his videos and debated with him in that manner. But for the most part, I'm realizing that I was wrong, actually. That npage was right. I remember watching a series of debates between npage and Tool Time, and it mapped down on this topic of npage was basically saying that you can't, I'll say Nick from now on, I think his name is Nick, was saying that you can't imagine yourself not existing. And Tool Time's answer was essentially, well, of course you can. You just imagine, like, the physical space without you in it. At the time I was like, that's perfectly rational. That's what I was thinking. Tool Time is correct. Whoop-de-doo. But obviously now I know that Tool Time is I don't know. I think he's more flawed than I appreciated at that point. It's true. We cannot picture, we cannot imagine ourselves not existing. If you imagine the environment, or whatever you want to refer to it as, the space that's external to what you perceive as your body, you imagine your body absent from that, that's still you perceiving, that's still you experiencing, having conscious awareness of that environment. Therefore, you are still present. It's actually sort of like, in my mind, a koan, like a Buddhist koan. It's like, it's almost rhetorical, the question of, can you imagine yourself not existing? The reason someone asks that question, I've realized, the reason that npage was asking that question, that other people might ask that question, is because you can't. They know, from their perspective, that you can't. It's impossible. To say that you would do that is to say that you imagine yourself into annihilation. You would have to literally cease to exist through the act of imagining, and then snap back out of it. It would be like entering into a dreamless sleep through a pure act of willful imagining of yourself not existing. That would be imagining yourself not existing. Complete oblivion, no experience during that imaginative state or whatever. It's not possible, obviously. You can drug yourself into a sleep and there you go, but you're not imagining yourself into that. It's a physical relinquishing your physical body over to the state of nothingness for a period of time. Dreamless sleep, so to speak. And literally. We are experience. We are that which knows. We are that which is aware of being aware. We are that which is aware of being aware of being aware. So on and so forth. Infinite feedback loop. So the truth is, we do not have control over the emergence of sentient life. If you want to say, okay, obliterating the planet in some manner, let's say you thrust the moon at the planet, and it obliterates the planet, okay, well this incarnation of Earth, so to speak, you may have successfully prevented any further seeding of life, if you will. But given that we are not just our bodies, we are our bodies in addition to everything else we are aware of. When our body ceases to be, we don't cease to be. Just that aspect of what we are re-enters the ocean, the sea that each wave is derived from. Convincing people not to have children can be okay. The world is fucked up, okay? If you do not wish to re-emerge as a sentient, self-aware manifestation of consciousness, an aperture through which consciousness becomes aware of itself, not a means through which consciousness emerges. Consciousness taps into the brain, the body, this mechanism, in order to make self-awareness a reality, a possibility. But consciousness exists in spite of that. I mean, Piro's right about that. Absolutely. Shit, man. I mean, mea culpa. Look. Self-awareness is something that consciousness does. in addition to everything else it does. But we are the proof that self-awareness is one of the things that consciousness does. And on top of that, we're a proof that consciousness exists because we are consciousness. And we are proof of our own existence. Indeed, it would be reckless and irresponsible to thrust a new experiencer into this, what we're dealing with right now. It definitely would. I can't deny that. But trying to convince people of this, if you too wish not to experience it as a re-emergence of consciousness following the death of your own ego and body, for lack of better terms, for lack of better languages, then it can't be the only thing. We have to transform this. I mean, if you really want to destroy it, then it's not going to be easy to achieve, first of all. And second of all, you don't destroy consciousness. All you're doing is breaking apart one specific clumping together of matter in one specific type of conscious manifestation, whatever you want to refer to it as. So, I say let's both practice educating responsible parenting and simultaneously face what we really are, because I really do feel as if it's just such a smart, empathetic group of individuals, but we went down a wrong fork in the road, guys, because consciousness is what we are. The body is not what we are. The body is what reproduces. But consciousness persists and exists in spite of that, because it is what is. And that's what I mean about the vector. The vector will always be there in that sense, because when self-awareness emerges, there you are. There self-awareness is. There is consciousness reflecting back onto itself. Gosh, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting redundant here. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe that made sense. Start preparing for the coming collapse, I would say. And practice educating and responsible.